it first. Because you're going to have to get clubs and beat the living daylights, even beat the idiot to death that wants to kill you. And I guarantee you one thing. I promise you this much. I know how to use a club. I also know how to use my hands. And I will stand up for liberty and freedom, even from my own wheelchair. So I'm going to say this much. You like what's going on with Hillary Clinton? Go to Satan. Get out of my church. You don't belong there. Because in my church, we preach freedom and liberty. And we better do so. Or else I'll be on top of my own pastor if he doesn't. I promise you that. I'll be the one that stands up right in their face, just like Jesus Christ did with the Pharisees and Sadducees and even the Roman government back in his days. And I promise you I would do it, and I will. I will keep on doing it. I will keep on saying it is wrong to preach against freedom and liberty. It's wrong to preach against the evils of good. And I said evils of good because good is now evil and evil is now good. Because immorality is evil. Sexual immorality is evil. They are so much afraid of us that are moral, us that are Christians, that they want to take away U.S. Constitution, Amendment 2. And I'm going to say this much. Hillary Clinton is no more than the maggots' manure that is devoured by other maggots. And I'm going to say it this much. She's so slimy that slime in definition in the dictionary, first words, 2 words are Hillary Clinton. Pathetic starts with Hillary Clinton. Pathetic is also defined by the words liberal, Democrat, communist, socialist. Pathetic human beings are defined as liberals, Democrats, communists, and socialists. Atheists are included among them. The only thing that defines right moral values is Christians and Jews. The rest are not. So if you want to look at yourself and examine yourself, you better do it, because I will expose you, I will preach up against you, and I will stand up for freedom and liberty. You cannot knock me down from freedom and liberty, because I'm willing to die for it. Here I stand. And I will also take these words to Jerusalem. And I will preach on the streets in the United States of America against Hillary Clinton and her attempt to bring in communism and to declare communism by taking away U.S. Constitution Amendment 2. Sovereignty. Our nation needs its sovereignty. People like Hillary Clinton want to take away that sovereignty. Bernie Sanders does too. And so does Mr. Obama. And so does the Mr. Idiots in charge of the UN. I won't be afraid to stand up in front of the UN and tell them these things. I wouldn't be afraid to stand up in front of a judge to tell them these things, because I don't fear anybody. I dare and I will make this challenge. If you believe in freedom and liberty, you better speak up. Because there are no deaf ears on this one. You could claim that you heard nothing, but yet the truth is you'd be a liar. Freedom and liberty. Rings a bell, doesn't it? Rings a bell to a point. Well, one bell was rang in 1776, or someplace around there, and it cracked. That rang out so loud that it would crack a bell. It's called the Liberty Bell, by the way, in case you're wondering. It was in Independence Hall. And I'm going to say this much. I will not let it crack anymore. This country is at a civil war. This nation is at a civil war. Matter of fact, it's on its second Revolutionary War. The war against immorality versus morality. Immorals against morals. Those that believe in Hillary Clinton and should get rid of the Second Amendment, you are the most miserable, ridiculous people that I have ever seen on the face of this earth. I'm going to say this much. You can make a constitution that would say that we have to get rid of that you can get rid of the Second Amendment all you want. But I guarantee you, I'll make my own weapons. And I will fight. And you will lose. For this will be a bloody battle. And it may not start at Lexington and Concord, but it will start. It may even just start right here in Wisconsin. I do not know. I don't predict the future. But I do look at what has been predicted in the future by God. So, Hillary Clinton does admit to hating the Constitution. She said that tonight. It's in her own words. It's the words that you gotta look at. You gotta look at what the liberals and Democrats hate. They hate the Constitution. It's no secret, by the way. It's always been that way. It's part of their platform. But you got all kinds of morons out there that vote for it. And if you don't like being called a moron, then I'm going to suggest that you start looking someplace else for your president. And don't vote for those Democrats, liberals, communists, and socialists, whatever they want to be called. That's right. You don't need to vote for them. You need to start listening to the truth and examining the truth. I've done it all my life. I'm tired, actually, at times, to examine these truths, to look for sites. People always say to me, you got to prove it. And yes, I do prove it. And when I do prove it, they fade away, the opposition, because they are afraid of the truth. Hillary Clinton likes to sit in the dark, by the way. That's why she wears that blue pantsuit. And once she takes away the U.S.Const.amend.II Amendment 2, she could force men to wear dresses. She could force boys to go to school wearing skirts, blouses, bras, panties, tights, or pantyhose, or even girly shoes, makeup. Because all the schools will be a public school. And she could say it this way. Boys got to do it because we don't want to discriminate. We want freedom and equality. You got to wear those dresses, skirts. And believe it or not, parents, you got to go along with that idea because that's what Hillary Clinton wants. That's what eliminating U.S. Constitution Amendment 2 does. It tells you that you have to do what the dictator wants. Go to Cuba if you want to see about their U.S. Constitution Amendment 2. They don't have any. They don't have any U.S. Constitution Amendment 1. They have no First Amendment rights. No sovereignty. It's pure dictatorship. That's what a one world government does. And if you don't like a one world government, I suggest that you do something about it right now, today. Today as of May 1st. I know this program has been done on a later date, and halfway through May. But the thing of it is, or near the end of May, and I know that, but the thing of it is, I dated the time when you're supposed to begin fighting for freedom and liberty, May 1 for a reason, 2015, for a reason. Because it should have started a long time ago, not tomorrow. Don't sit back on your couch, filling your face full of potato chips, watching your favorite baseball game, basketball game, hockey, or anything like that. Or if you want to watch Dancing with the Stars, or Jane hit Sally and kiss Sally on the cheeks or on the lips, or see some great academy or whatever it's called. I don't watch television. That shows how much I know about television. Probably Laverne and Shirley still on as far as I'm concerned. Or even I Love Lucy. But here's the fact. You can sit on your couch and be couch potatoes. Get off your fat manure, I'm going to say it that way, manure hind end, and get out there and start becoming a soldier for freedom and liberty. Become that person to defend freedom and liberty. Write letters to the editor. Write your congressperson, whether they're a liberal or not. You're the ones that hired them. So did I, but I didn't vote the way that you did if you hired a liberal and Democrat. If you voted for a Republican, you better write a letter to them. Flood those Congress people with letters. Matter of fact, Speaker of the House Paul Ryan needs a whole lot of letters too. I would like to see tens of 10,000 letters stopping Hillary Clinton and telling Hillary Clinton to go sit on a tack. I'm not talking about a short little half-inch tack. I'm talking about a 9-foot tack with a nice sharp point. Yes, I could be creative. And yes, you tell her, and Paul Ryan could tell Hillary Clinton to take her pantsuit, go back to where she came from, and that's it. Hide in the corner. Because we are not getting rid of U.S. Constitution Amendment 2. We need to fight. We need to fight now. Well, we need to fight as of yesterday. And I used to say in less than a Marine Corps minute. Or how about this, in less than a Marine Corps heartbeat. That's pretty fast. We should be doing all that fighting. And like I said, I'll do it from my own wheelchair. I'm in a wheelchair, so I'm going to tell you the truth. It's integrity. Well, we're getting near the end of the program. And I'm going to say this to you, atheists and non-believers alike. Do some research. Look and see that Jesus Christ is the Lord and personal Savior. Search it out. Look at it. God even told you. He gave you a command. Search. It's in the scriptures, by the way, people. The word search. Examine yourselves. It's in the scriptures. And I'm going to say this to both believer and non-believer alike, because it's something that we should do at all times and in all places. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. The peace that has surpassed all human understanding and keeps your